free, regular, normal, standard difficulty playthrough. We just pretty much wrapped up the segment of pretty much navigating the hospital and getting the cure for Jill. A little difficulty in spite of that, with multiple deaths at the hands of the Hunter betas, unfortunately. But again, this is pretty much what happens when you miss a lot of time in between with your practices and segments. So, but hopefully we can get through this next bit, sectional piece, play by play. We are not pressing forward beyond part 4. We're going to try to let's do this in this final last part of the live stream. So let's get yourself a cold drink, get yourself some food, whatever is your cup of tea, and just get yourself settled in for this little business on this New Year's celebration. So right now I'm just organizing the piece to send around to my social platforms. Twitter has my uplink, my Facebook. Everything is pretty much set to go, so let's get this bitch settled. So, head on out, and we'll have to mount a defense.
I'm gonna try to lower the window shutters. The less entry points, the better.
And how do we do that?
I'll try hacking into the hospital security system. Keep them off me in the meantime.
Keep Tyrell safe, so we have to hold the defensive line here in the main lobby of the hospital. So we barricaded the shit, now we need to defend this shit.
Okay. Now the fun shit begins.
Motherfucker, get the fuck off of me. Had enough of your shit, bro. Really? Eee! What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream, my man. Alright, so we pretty much gotta be careful with that thing. He's starting to break that damn door. Oh, damn. Didn't see that one. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, double back. Oh, hello. Now I expect the hunter. Get the fuck off me, bro.
There. Now I just gotta clean up.
Alright, here we go. Now we got the real action. Come on, boys, come on in.
I'm on it.
Boom goes the dynamite, brother. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome to the stream, Spiritual Mutant. You have to forgive me. That was a little chaotic right there. I was trying to clean up shop.
Carlos, you all right?
Not even close. But at least it's over. I'm coming back.
I wonder if the dialogue is a little different depending on how well you perform with the fight.
That
I think
seems
I
a
did
real
relatively
deal.
okay, but then again, I don't know. I think I can do better than that.
You going
That was
somewhere?
quite the shit show.
You damn right.
What do you think you're gonna do? Whole city's about to be microwaved.
Come on, man. Call the government. Tell them we found a cure. You stall for time.
Ballsy motherfucker.
Yep, just doing a regular standard playthrough, brother. That's all. Just for shits and giggles. I got plenty of games to stream, so I figured I'd wrap this one up before I do the others. I don't like leaving things unfinished, so... So now we have another event. It's not really an event, not really an event for you viewers. If it's pretty much another dream sequence. So if you played my first playthrough of the game, you'll know this is pretty much a dream. So
I've got good news. It's over now. The city's safe.
yeah, the hell it is, brother. I think I'm actually coming up on the final sectional piece. So this is part 3. We're just about ready to finish. We're actually going to finish this all the way through to part 3.
Sweet Joe. It's the only way.
So we've pretty much got control of Jill again. She's now healthy. The virus is out of her system.
What's going on?
So we are pretty much going to switch control back to
Attention all
Jill.
citizens. The missile strike on Raccoon City will occur in just hours. The payload is designed to eradicate all biological material. You will not survive if you remain in the city.
October 1st?
Evacuate now. Repeat.
No.
Evacuate now.
Can't be.
This is not a test.
So now we have a limited window of safety, so we have to get things going. So right away, as soon as you get up off the bed, you're going to want to take the handgun ammo, and you got the new G18 pistol, which we will use that for the brief period that we're going to be in this sectional piece. So go ahead and take that one weapon. We're not going to need the mines, so drop the mines off, drop the first aid off, and we'll just go from there with that structure. So, and what else? Go ahead and grab the acid shells. I have not had the privilege of experimenting with them yet with hunters, so we're going to try that next, because I have not used that yet. I want to see if it's legitimately the case. When you use acid shells, it actually melts their armor a little better. So let's go ahead and give that a spin and see what we can get out of that. So once you leave the makeshift room, you'll find Tyrell out in the main lobby.
Morning, sunshine.
You saved my life.
I sure as shit didn't. That was all Carlos. He carried you here and he treated you himself, crazy bastard.
Where is he?
He went underground. Bard stockpiled the vaccine, enough to give the city some hope.
He thinks he can do this by himself. I'm going after him.
Wait, did you see the broadcast? They're gonna blow the city sky high. I'm trying to get a hold of someone, anyone with the clearance to stop it. Leave this mess to him. He's a professional.
So am I.
Right. Guess I'm not talking you out of this. The storage facility is underground, beneath this hospital. I've lost contact with Carlos, so expect trouble.
Now, before we actually get too deep in, we're going to actually grab one more thing. I almost forgot it. Go back in the inventory and grab that lockpick. You're going to need it because you got a couple of doors that we left that were a couple of lockers and doors that were not unlockable. So, leave the handgun ammo behind as well. You got a good healthy supply of it. Let's use that. We'll use that for our latter point, but for right now, we'll just take what we need. There's an item box here. Bust that. Get the green herb. And here, there'll be another box. Bust that. Get that green herb. And then once you enter here, it'll be in the reception area. Not sure if we'll encounter zombies or hunters. I'm pretty sure we'll encounter hunters, so we'll just have a grenade launcher ready. We got one flame shell. We'll use that, then we'll load it with acid shells. So, as soon as you come out of here, obviously you want to remember that there is a lock box over here. Use your lockpick to get that open. And inside you'll find magnum ammo. Now, head around to the passage and out. You can't go out there because obviously that area is sealed off from where we are, so we're going to need to get it the old-fashioned way. So we'll come into the lab reception area, head into Dr. Bard's personal lab, and here you'll find a few supplies that are newly placed. You did not see these here with Carlos, but you will find them with Jill. Explosive B will be one.
This looks like Nikolai's work.
And then that'll be it. So we have the one element that we need for additional explosive material. And then we're going to head into the emergency entrance. Be ready. There will be a hunter to greet you from the operating room. So have your grenade launcher ready. Fire. Oop, and he got us good right there. Fuck out of here, boy. There we go. She is fit. Gotta respect the chick who likes to throw down with monsters. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pick the lock, and we'll get into this locker here. And inside we'll find additional grenade rounds. Now we have acid shells loaded, so that is a bonus perk we have. And the operating room, there will be some supplies. Now, I don't see the items that Carlos left behind, so I'm hoping that we didn't make a mistake by leaving all those supplies, because It would be a real drag. Oh, good, we didn't. We didn't waste them. Good. I'm relieved because I never had a sectional of that done, so that's a relief. So we have the added bonus of firepower to our avail. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I don't think we left any. I think we left the flash grenades because I wanted to use them for the hunters. So, but it doesn't matter. Either way, we're good. We're solid. So, head on through this passage, and we're gonna take a right and head up the stairs. It's carrying a lot of hardware. Alright, I'm gonna head across the roof now. And be ready for any hunters that may come out here. Doesn't look like we got any, so that's a good thing. But let's go ahead and drop off some of this kit. We should have probably dropped off some of this initially, but we didn't, so we're gonna do that now. Head into this records room. And we're going to drop off the explosive shells, we're going to drop off this healing item, we're going to keep the handgun ammo, drop off the magnum ammo, and you take one green herb, take the other one, put it away. We're not going to need that right now, so take all those items. Oh, and drop off the explosive compound. You get infinite ammo. You don't really get infinite ammo, but you basically can buy them with a series of you complete certain requirements. As you can see here, you get a series of points by completing certain things. So beating the game with an S, you use the points at the store, and you can actually buy infinite weapon ammos. You can buy the Raiden, which is an electric shotgun. You can buy the infinite MUP handgun, the CQB. You can pretty much buy these by completing the game. So just play the game, get the points, go shopping, and then you can just keep recycling, rerunning the game to your credit and get more out of it. So there is no absolute infinite weapon ammo, so you can't get infinite ammo for every gun, but you can get infinite ammo with these particular guns. So you got a rocket launcher, assault rifle, and a handgun, and plus the Raiden, as they say. But you can get the Samurai Edge, you can get the Hot Dagger. The assault coins will give you added damage. Your iron defense will give you more defense. Recovery coin will heal you continuously. And then you got all these other little doodads you can use to your favor too. So just play the game, get the points, go shopping, and that's pretty much how you get the infinite ammo. It's pretty straightforward. I've actually already done it. Luckily for us, we had the privilege in this game that we didn't have in the second remake, was we couldn't use infinite ammo weapons to get S rank. In this game, we can. So if you're going to play Inferno in hardcore mode, which you're going to need to get the points, you're going to need the rocket launcher. It's just a foregone conclusion. So just play the game, and you'll get your rewards that way. So anyway, we're going to head on through here to the nurse's station and head to the sick room. And inside you will find high-grade gunpowder. And then we're going to head to the treatment room. All these zombies have been dispatched. There should be no enemies left standing in this hospital, with the exception of the few enemies here and there. You can see the hunters in there that we killed with Carlos are dead. I'm not sure if there'll be zombies in this room. Okay, so far so good. Use the lockpick and pick it up. Usually just one. Usually the RPG only takes one shot with the Nemesis, but I mean, again, it's pretty much, it's going to be equivocal to like a grenade, so he'll get up in like 30 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, but if you want to put him down, you know, just to get away, which is pretty much what you're going to need to do. The big thing with hardcore and Inferno difficulty is speed. You want to run. You want to get through it fast as possible. So one shot with the rocket launcher will put Nemesis on his ass. Just one. That's all you need. That's why I used the rocket launcher when I did my runs. I mean, you can have fun with the others, but not so much. Oh, well, fucking A. But give it a spin, brother. It's a great game. You know, some people take the piss out of it. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's great. It could have been better, yeah, I will say, but, you know, hey, it's, you know, better than what we originally were. We didn't have anything, you know? We didn't have anything, so
I think I can squeeze
give it a
by.
spin. So, as you can see, now that we're playing a Jill, we can go ahead and crawl through this crawl space now. Never mind Jill's ass, which is a distraction in itself. Oh, see, I gotta go back upstairs, see, because I messed up. I forgot that locker there. Alright, so anyway. Yeah, I got the original too. I love the classic. The classic was always my favorite. Fighting Nemesis was absolutely thrilling. It was always fun. So once we open up this case, we have the Desert Eagle, the Laser Hawk, as we call it. Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm the same way. I like to be economic when it comes to my games. I like to be very economic. Taking my time, buying the sale prices. I got a lot of good sales for Christmas this year. So jump the wall, and over there we're gonna grab that green herb, and go ahead and mix it. And then we're gonna have to go back up and get the last item that we forgot up there. So let's get upstairs and get that locker room. It's gonna be at the staff office. But I got a lot of games for a good price. I know people were taking the piss out of it, but I was waiting for a good price drop. I got Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I got Doom Eternal. I got Devil May Cry 5. I got so many good quality games. So I'm looking forward to doing live streams on every one of them when I start to play them. So it'll be fun. I'm looking so forward to it. Alright, so we got to go in here, and there's going to be a locker we all need to pick clean. You want to be on your guard for the zombies, see where they're going to post. Yeah, that's what one of my friends said. He's from the UK. He's from Liverpool, and he said the same thing. He said it was absolutely ass, and I felt bad for him because I was like, oh, geez, that sucks. Because he looks for a lot of good games too. You know, he tries to get a lot of good games that I play. You know, he likes PvP games. I'm not much of a competitive PvPer, so I don't do like Fortnite or DayZ or, you know, any of those games. I prefer a more cooperative element, but he's more of a competitive element, so he tries to find a lot of good games in terms of competitive mechanics. But he said the same thing. He's like, it's absolute ass. They're not giving you anything good. I was like, oh, that's the breaks, brother. So anyway, we're gonna head right here. I gotta figure out what I'm missing. There's an item up here that I haven't picked up yet. I just gotta locate it and see if I can find it. Ah, there we go. Handgun ammo. I think that does it. Okay, yep, we're good. So now that we have everything taken care of, we can actually backtrack and get back to business with regrouping with Carlos. I've gotten all the trophies, actually. I've actually busted them all out. I'm more of a completionist in that regard, so yeah, I already done that. This is just for my fun, and for anyone who enjoys a good playthrough when they've actually trying it for the first time. I've gotten all the trophies, I've unlocked all the bonuses. This is just me having a good time gaming. So how hard is it? It's a little. It's not like Resident. If you've played Resident Evil 2, it's similar. There are similarities, but there are differences. There are no defense weapons, and you really got to get your handle on the dodge mechanic. You got to master that, because that's going to save your neck. You're not going to have an iconography telling you that you're in danger of dying. You know, you gotta listen for the heartbeat. But ultimately, it's really kind of it's a bit tricky. But it's got, I mean, what game isn't? You got a learning curve. So. Ooh, Ooh, that does work. Yo! That is go! I gotta try that again time. I just hit that sucker right in the face and he just dropped. They don't like acid. That is so cool. I just learned a new tactic. Hunter betas do not like acid. Just like hunter gammas don't like fire. Man. Food for thought if you're new to the game. Hunter betas don't like fire. They're weak to fire. Hunter betas are weak against acid. Hunter gammas are weak against fire. Now I'm going to be making myself some acid shells. Real bet. Anyway, forgive my moment there. I was like pretty thrown back by that. I didn't expect that it would kill him outright. Now I know. Good thing I saw that when I died. I read that file when I died. Those 2 or 3 times. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I never even knew that hunters betas were weak against acid. That is totally new to me. I mean, I totally didn't know that. I mean, because you don't even get acid shells. Really? Because I didn't. Well, see, because I didn't have the game guide, but I also didn't know that because you never encountered hunter betas with Jill. You know, at least I never did. I know that there was that sectional piece at the Dead Factory where you either went up or below, but the below part I always took last. I don't know. That was new. That was great. I love that. That's incredibly informative. So now I'll know to use that in the future. Matter of fact, I probably could make more, but I don't think I'm going to run into any hunters anymore, at least not for a little while, so I'll keep that handy and otherwise. But in any case, we've pretty much made our way to this sectional piece. That locked door there, as you can see, was locked. We picked the lock, we got through, and this is pretty much where they were talking in that file of the nurse. This is where they revealed the bodies that, you know, pretty much croaked. So once you go ahead and get on this elevator, go ahead and pull the lever, and it'll take you to a lower level. I have to use this G18 up here. I like this Carlos more. His look, I don't like. That's why I changed the look. I prefer the class. I prefer the, you know, he doesn't look like a... I hate to use the terminology, but he doesn't look like a vagrant. He doesn't look like he's a homeless person, you know. But I think that's, you know, it's entirely your preference of your personal preference. I think that really takes into account. I think Carlos looks really good with his, you know, beardless version, his classic look. But other than that, he's a great character, great personality. I love using the assault rifle, so, man, I mean, that is just, you know, I always felt, you know, if you're going to choose a weapon, you know, choose one or the other. In fact, if you've played Resident Evil 5, one of the big rules I have is, you know, we have to have a balanced build. So, me and my friend always talk about, you know, what do you take, shotgun or assault rifle? And based on what he chooses, I choose the opposite. Grenades or grenade launcher. Magnum or sniper rifle. And it pretty much goes from there. So Carlos, I mean, I always liked Carlos. I thought he was a badass character. I think he should have got more of a shake. Kind of like, you know, Billy Cohen from Resident Evil 0. I think he should have got a better shake too. Badass characters and they're alright. So, to all elevator notice, to all employees, we've identified an issue with the electrical box where the concurrent use of heavy machinery overloads it and causes the fuses to blow. If you encounter this problem and can't get the elevator running, please stay calm, get fuses from the sub-generators situated around the warehouse, and use those to restore power from the main generator as quickly as possible. So we have to do that bullshit again, so... But in any case, we're going to have a hip pouch here on the filing cabinet. Go ahead and pick that up. And there's going to be a few things we're going to need to do here. So, number one, we're going to make some... We're going to take this out and get that out of here because we're not going to need that. But we are going to go ahead and mix that. Take those. Drop off the Magnum rounds. We got a lot of shotgun shells. So, we'll just use those up, I think is what we'll do. We'll put these... high-grade gunpowder away, though. And we will take... We got a lot of explosive shells. We got some flame shells. So we are just... We're wheeling in weaponry here. What am I doing? You donkey. Alright, there we go. Alright, so... Explosive there. Explosive... Yeah, now I remember. Okay, duh. Flame shells. Yeah, no, I do try it. I love the Desert Eagle. I tend to save it for the very last segments of the fight because ultimately it's going to be your biggest go-to in terms when you're facing the final boss battle. I mean, I will tell you one thing though, that boss battle with the Nemesis on Inferno difficulty, Jesus, man, that thing is no joke. You have got to have that dodge down by then because I must have been stuck on that battle. That final fight on Infernal difficulty, I must have been stuck there for at least 45 minutes. At least. And it was so frustrating because, you know, you're trying not to really run out of time. I actually had to reload it a couple times because I lost just way too much time. And it just was burning my time up. Because you got to beat it in a certain amount of time to get the S rank. But he just would not give me a break. I mean, one hit would stun me, second hit would put me in danger, then the third hit he would kill me. So I was hugely stuck on that shit. And it pissed me off so much. And there's that scumbag Nikolai. So we're going to jump down here. And you can see there's obviously stuff in this room, but we're going to have to just go about it in the process. So head to the elevator. And we're going to just go ahead and turn that sucker on, but it'll blow.
I must admit, I respect your tenacity, but I'm afraid our games end here.
You think this is over?
Yes, you can. That's how you actually got to get. You absolutely need it on Inferno because they do a unique thing. They switch the items around. And they actually give you less ammo. Enemies are tougher to kill, and they're even more, and they can kill you even easier. I mean, everything practically one hits you, so you need that rocket launcher. So luckily, they don't punish you for using it, thankfully. But in the previous games, they actually didn't have that privilege. Die, asshole. Oh, you pretty much can. That's what you're going to need to. Believe me, it's not a walk in the park because the time is really tight. In fact, I can show you my results. Just give me a moment here. My results, as you can see, is pretty much there. So, Hardcore was a lot easier. Nightmare and Inferno, it gave you a little bit more wiggle room because they are just so incredibly powerful. But as you can tell, you don't have autosave, so as you go through the difficulty, it escalates harder and harder and harder. So Inferno difficulty is definitely a lot harder. Not per time, but per enemy strength, because the enemies will like literally one-tap you. Bam! Hunter, Licker, Zombie, the Nemesis, they will all one-tap you. That's actually how you can see the difference here. 107, I did really well, but in Inferno difficulty, it gradually got tougher to where I literally was stuck for a period. Hence why Nemesis kept me stuck at that point. I was lucky to get through it the way I did, but what a shit show that was. I don't think I would ever recommend doing that again. I don't think I'll ever do it again. It's not worth the trouble. But I got what I needed, so I'm happy about it either way. But you need to do it in order to get the trophies. So, if you're looking for a specific trophy, no way around it. You gotta bust it. So once you get up on this elevator, head over here and bust these boxes. And you'll get 2 red herbs. Ironically, that's actually random. You don't actually get red herbs. You actually get something else. But in this particular playthrough, I guess they decided to reward me differently. Oh, what am I still holding on to the lockpick for? I don't need it no more. So that frees up 1 space. But over here, grab the first fuse you need to get that thing working. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm telling you. Don't be worried if you get salty. It happens, you know, because it's not a walk in the park. Nemesis will will keep you on your toes. Real bet. He is definitely a whole different ball of wax. But you see, there you go, is a perfect dodge. So if you dodge perfectly at the right time, like that, time will slow down and you can actually get a clean shot on them, and it is just really good. But you have to get the timing down. The best way I can recommend it is right before they, as soon as they attack, just right before it should connect, is when you want to dodge. Zombies, when they shoot their hands up and they go to grab you, it should be pretty close to like where their fingers are just touching you. That's when you want to dodge. There's two ways you can dodge. One is you can dodge by doing the strafe dodge. That's a little harder. Or you can just aim your weapon just before they attack and you can dodge automatically. You just don't have control over the direction you dodge, whereas you do that like this. So get that in, get that practiced in, because you're gonna need it. It's gonna save your neck. I'm looking around, making sure I ain't got no other stuff lying around that I'm missing here. He took out this thing, so he's blocked that path, so we're gonna have to find a way around. And he's doing that here too, so that's blocked. Fucking cuck. I did too. I think they could have did better with the scare scenes, but I think people are just sort of... I think the thing is, a lot of people were just kind of like on the fence about the overall scale of what they were shooting for. I think there's a lot of people who were expecting... I mean, I gotta say, I was kind of expecting a few things. I was expecting... Yes, I remember. I was expecting that too. Real talk. I was expecting to go to the police station with Jill. So, I was a little let down by that. I mean, granted, we went there with Carlos, but it just didn't feel the same. There just wasn't that appealing...
Wait.
There just wasn't that appeal to it. And I was expecting some bosses. I was expecting the Gravedigger. The Gravedigger is not in this game, and I was really sad about that, because I loved fighting him too. So when I didn't get the chance to fight him, I was like, oh, come on. You're going to shortchange us that? I was so disappointed. But, you know, I mean, you sometimes you got to take what you can get, you know? It's just what it is. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it happens, so... Fucking pale heads are hard to kill, I'll tell you. Employee memo. September 12th, admitted to N2, male 45, female 32, discarded male 60, female 89. September 15th, admitted N2, males 55 to 19, females 51, discarded female 76, returned female 8, uninfected. September 22nd, admitted N2 males 25, 22, 15, females 16, 21, 29, discarded 6 male specimens, 9 female specimens, disposals trending upwards daily, preemptively dispose of any over 30 years of age. September 24th, nightly transfer observed by nurse, admissions to underground facility temporarily halted. I don't really like to use them. I use them unless I have to. I guess I'm one of those people who just has it for the sake of having it. But I prefer old-fashioned playthrough. I'm very old school. So even if I have all this infinite weapon ammo and these privileges, I will not use them. I don't want to use them. I think it sort of knocks my skill to sort of play the game normal as I would like, so I try to avoid using them. I will if I have to, but in regular playthroughs like this, I just want to enjoy the game at its heart. You know, I want to take my time, I want to walk through the game, I want to read the files, I don't want to tap the supplies unless I need to, and, you know, and that's just how I am as, with the game at its core. You know, I'm very old school. I mean, I played this game. I played the first Resident Evil back when I was like probably freaking 10 or 9. So I'm very old school with that. It's very important to me to play it traditionally. And I think you can't really appreciate, and you know, and this is a big thing, I don't think you can really appreciate the availability of that kind of level of firepower unless you know what it is to be with your back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to feel that pressure of, you know, being outclassed. But I mean, it's a great feeling to actually have it available and yet still play like a goat. At least I think so. I don't know if everybody else would be that way, but you know, I know that's just the way I am. So, is it there? Yes. Could I use it? Yes. Do I want to use it? No. It's not my style. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So here in this box over here, if you pull this elevator down, before you go up, be sure to check this box. You'll find your final shotgun upgrade, which will actually improve your reload speed. So now you have the shotgun shell holder on the side of your shotgun. And once you have that, head on upstairs. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to have too much power. I kick Nemesis' ass all the time on Classic. I love fighting that man. So I always look forward to playing it. I still do. This, same deal. I like that added element, but at the same time, I don't want to be too overbearing. Because who's going to play that, you know? I mean, where is that even fun? Where's the skill involved? Where's that essence you can actually make yourself shine with your natural ability to play? There isn't any, and that's the thing. You don't want to take it for granted. Never take things for granted. So right now, we're going to switch out our shells. Get this last fuse, but we're going to have an unexpected surprise of zombies, so go ahead and bust them zombies down. And we got another threat. A Hunter Gamma. RPG, I think that's 158,000 BP, I think. If I remember it right, I think it's up there. So you gotta play the game a couple times, get a couple of the trophies, do a few of the, you know, the additions. But I mean, it's not like it's gonna be out of your reach, you know. It is very attainable, very attainable. So, I mean, a lot of people get really kind of discouraged by that notion that, you know, oh, it's going to be too much, or it's going to be too much work. No, it's really not. You probably got to play the game a little while, but you can get it. I highly recommend getting the pistol, the infinite pistol, and the infinite CQB, or the Raiden, the Raiden, or Raiden, or however the hell you call it. Get those weapons first. Once you get those, then work your way to getting the rocket launcher. Or, if you so prefer, get the rocket launcher first, right off the bat. But you just got to put in the money, hours to get those points to get it up and get it there. So I got pretty much that fuse. Now I'm going to go back the way I came in here, as soon as I can get this thing out of my way. Switch back to my acid shells, because we're going to have to deal with this next hunter. Fucking hey, no, it's actually really good available right now. The price is really good, 67% off. You couldn't go wrong. I mean, you don't get any more sweet. I know it's, you know, it's Christmas. You know, Christmas is come and gone. You know, it's one of those things we feel that added pressure. Wow, I actually had to switch to my sidearm to finish them. Actually didn't finish them that good at that time. Well, if it makes you feel any better, you can just go ahead and just wait for the opportune moment in terms when you have the time slot available to you. Got plenty of the stream to pretty much cover and such, so it's a pretty solid thing. So, you know, just do it at your own pace. You'll get it eventually. I mean, it's not going nowhere. It's been around for a while. I think a lot of people just give it a really, you know, a very kind of shade. They throw a lot of shade at it because it's not what they want. You know, I mean, there's something missing around here, so I'm just looking around for it. There is a few things that I would have liked to have seen in the game. I won't lie, but I'm happy with what we got in the bigger picture of things. So I mean, it is what it is. You know, some people just will not be satisfied with it, and sadly, it's unfortunate, but it's here, it's ours, it's not going nowhere, so we might as well enjoy it while we got it, because, I mean, I hear them saying they're gonna... Really? You gotta Resident Evil 2, you gotta do the remake of 2? For Resident Evil 3, I wanted to see the Gravedigger. Like I said, I wanted to see the Gravedigger. I wanted to see the Mercenaries mode from the classic Resident Evil 3 because I felt that was a huge letdown. You know, they gave us some content, but it wasn't what I was really hoping for. So I mean, in one respect, I was kind of semi pissed off about that because I really wanted to have a cooperative game mode. But, that's the thing, they had that Resident Evil, that multiplayer mode. I don't know what it's called. I didn't really care for the multiplayer mode. Like I said, I am not a competitive player. I am a cooperative player. I like working with the player base, not competing with them. So, when they didn't put us with that game mode, I was very upset and I was annoyed because, how do you miss out on a good opportunity like that? It's a wasted opportunity. It's a wasted window. A lot of people wanted that original feel. Yes, exactly. I loved playing that. It was the crown jewel of my fun, And you also didn't see that in the Resident Evil 2 game either, which was disappointing because I really wanted to see it there as well. But, again, missed opportunity, a big missed opportunity. But I mean, you have to take things at face value, I think, for the sake of the fact that you got a lot of players out there who just they like what they like, So what are you gonna do? It is what it is. But yeah, I wanted to see the multiplayer modes. I wanted to see some good multiplayer modes. I wanted to see some other good gameplay mechanics. The Gravedigger. I wanted to see some of the old classic puzzle. Do you remember the water sample puzzle? I love that shit. That shit was the shit for me. I loved it. I thought it was the best fucking thing going. Oh, you fucker, get off me. Not eating my head, you fuck. Get off of me. Fucking asshole. Fucking Nemesis parasites. Oh yeah, I had, actually I had it, it's kind of a dickheadish thing for me to say, but I actually had it, I actually knew that puzzle by heart. I could solve that shit so easy. It came to me as natural as breathing. It was so simple, and the fucking irony of it was people really didn't appreciate the dexterity of it. But me, in the few instances when I didn't have it down pat and I had practice, I had the solutions all written down in this nice little notebook. The hospital gameplay was fun. I did like the hospital. The hospital I thought was very underappreciated in my opinion. I thought it was a very good game. That particular segment was a very satisfying segment. A little, subpar, but if I had to really say in terms of hospital play, I would say this one was actually even better because you had full reign to navigate the hospital. You had a larger itinerary of enemies to contend with. Didn't have that with the other game. It was okay, but it didn't feel as good. I mean, you only got to play as Carlos that one time, but in this particular case, you got to play with him a lot more than that, which was great. So, I'm going to use that green herb, and we're just going to get this fucking... I don't know what it is I left in here. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. It's probably just a fucking herb or something, so... Fuck it. I'm just going to leave it and put these fuses in and head upstairs. So once we get up here, we'll find that silver-haired fuckface is actually skipped.
He got away. What was he doing in here?
No, honestly, that's the other thing that I actually didn't really like either, is they didn't do that multiple choice path, which was really disappointing because I felt that was a setback too. I feel that, a lot of those things were what made Resident Evil 3 so spectacularly great. You choose this path or you choose that path. And it just altered the overall how the game played itself out. So, multiple choice thing, they didn't put that in the game. Disappointing. The Gravedigger, they didn't put that in the game. Disappointing. The lack of enemy diversity, again, much like Resident Evil 2, disappointing. But again, you have to really kind of weigh the trade-off and the gains that you really much attest to with that. You get a lot of enemies, but ultimately you get a lot of graphic upgrades and puzzle solution. I do like the way they did things differently with the police station, particularly with the remake. I think they could have did a bit better with the enemy variety, but it is what it is. So, I think that was the biggest thing I had problem to with Resident Evil 2's remake, is the lack of diversity with the story. Scenario A and Scenario B from the classic was really good because it gave character, it gave diversity, and it told a different story, however you played it. You didn't get that privilege with the remake, unfortunately, which was a huge letdown. Because I think if you did do that differently and you took advantage of that, you probably would have had a much more well-received game from the community. The community probably would have been a lot less stiff about that sort of thing. But that was always the thing, and that was probably the only way it was probably going to ever end, really. Sadly. I think people have expectations, and I think it's just a little hard to sort of, meet those expectations. People always want the hallmark, and I get it because I'm the same way. I feel what they're saying. I wanted those things and I didn't get them, so I was a little cross. But look at what you gained. It only took us 20 years to get this remake. So, Unfinished activity log, 9/26, 1300 hours, infiltrated our Raccoon City, disturbances are sporadic, commencing mission, 1930 hours, observed 5 RPD officers engaging a pack of 20 strong, officers annihilated in 20 minutes. 9/27, 1200 hours, test run at university, diverted pack canines to campus. 64% infection and conversion in 2 hours, no survivors. 2300 hours, successful rendezvous with Mikhail Victor platoon, will make first attempt at dawn. Yeah, there you go, guy. I got mine digital. I actually am going full digital. I'm getting rid of a whole bunch of my disc games. So, 9/28, 430 hours, diverted pack towards command post, result, night skirmish in confined area with large numbers of combatants. Video attached. 800 hours, end of skirmish, 7 survivors. 1800 hours, unknown bioweapon deployed at point D18, tracking it per orders, it appears to be on the hunt. That would be the Nemesis. 2000 hours, got eyes on 2 stars, a male infected and a female. Bioweapon is pursuing the female. 9/29, 0 hours. Female Jill Valentine has made contact with Mikhail Victor platoon. Bioweapons appearance and behavior are consistent with Project N. Investigating. 400 hours. Observed bioweapon wielding conventional weapons. It seems to be strongly fixated on terminating Jill Valentine and knows the city layout. Evidence it can be imprinted. 700 hours. Metamorphosis in the bioweapon triggered by a hostile encounter with Jill Valentine. Video attached. Jill Valentine has been infected and is non-responsive. Collected samples per orders. 9:30. 0:30 hours. Over 17 hours have elapsed since Jill Valentine exposure to the virus. Conversion has been slow, suggesting she may be resistant. 400 hours. Vaccine recovered and administered to Jill Valentine by Carlos Oliveira, a soldier in Mikhail Victor platoon. Jill Valentine expected to be fit for combat approximately 20 hours post-exposure. It seems clear that the bioweapon is Project N. Contact with Jill Valentine causes it to change and evolve. Will induce further encounters to obtain more precise data. And now we have a new scene. Good old Tyrell.
Tyrell.
I got through. They're willing to negotiate. They'll call off the strike if, and this is one big-ass if, we can deliver the vaccine to them before they launch.
How long do we have?
Hours, maybe.
Then let's not waste one more second.
This way.
Yeah, I love the fact that they actually used Tyrell, because if you remember, Tyrell was actually one of the characters that actually got clipped during Carlos's play in the classic. He was the man that Nikolai actually shot in the hospital, but then he blows himself up with a grenade. This would be the man. Ironically, they gave him a more significant role in the remake, as opposed to being just a throwaway character from the classic.
Sure you don't need to stop?
Stop and do what? I got your back.
All right.
This guy has got
Let's get this done.
Fucked up pretty good, so. Oh, he's a dead man. He's dead.
Keep going. We're almost there.
He's dead. Told you.
No.
Run like the wind, man. There's Nemesis, Part 2. I gotta run for my lives. Trying to infect me again. Sorry, big boy. Not today. So Tyrell bit it. With that case solved, the door is pretty much sealed, so. See, no, I'm telling you, dude, get your shit on, get it on digital. I'm telling you, it's a lot less expensive. That's why I changed from disc to digital, because you get so many good fucking sales. It's ridiculous. I got, like I said, you remember I said I got Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I didn't get the standard. I got the ultimate, $120. PlayStation Store, Christmas sale. I got it for $39. $120 game, and I paid 80% off. I'm telling you, get it digital. It's worth them. It's worth the effort, especially when you're, kind of clutch for cash. You know what I mean? Get it digital. So once you get down this hallway, you'll find a green herb on the floor to your right. Grab that, and then head over here and grab the file as well. And inside you'll have a map as well. It was a very good find. So that's why I'm jumping from digital. I'm gonna lose money because I'm gonna be selling all my disc games, but it's just much more productive for space and for money to get it digital because you get better sales. I'm telling you, it's good. You got to try it. It's worth the trouble. I mean, and plus, besides, there's an immediate record on your ID, provided you're keen on keeping your PSN, intact and safe. You always can buy it again. You don't even need to buy it. You got it forever. You can download it as many times as you want. Anyway, Nest 2 employee regulations. Attention, Nest 2 employees. The objectives of this T-Virus research facility differ from those of the Umbrella's main Nest facility. Here we focus on real-world use cases which arise as new bioweapons are created and introduced, such as the need for T-Virus vaccines and new weaponry capable of suppressing bioweapons. Some aspects of our work here can be dangerous, so it's imperative that all employees adhere to workplace regulations without fail. In particular, thank you for the follow, guy. In particular, unauthorized entry by unapproved visitors or the removal of work-related data or materials will be met with severe disciplinary measures. It is a great honor to be part of the finest research organization in the world. Keep this in mind and stick to the rules as we forge new revolutionary technologies. Get fucked. You murdering cunks. So right away, we're going to drop off this green herb, take this. We're not going to really need anything too extravagant. We will take some of these, we will take this handgun ammo, though, I know that much. Probably use up some of these grenades, too, because we got a lot of grenade patches we can make here. I'm going to use some flame shells instead. We'll put these mine rounds away because we're not going to need them. Not yet. We're going to save those for the Nemesis. Take out a red herb, mix that bitch, and then put that thing to work for you. And go ahead and take out those explosive shells. We'll use those as well because we're going to have to deal with some of those pale heads, and those fuckers eat ammo like a crocodile. They're like literally supply disposal sinks. I mean, they just eat up ammo. So we got gunpowder here. So we're gonna keep that. We're gonna put that away. We're not gonna use that. We're gonna keep that, but we're gonna keep it away. So right away, as soon as we get that, we're gonna head out of here and up the stairs of the lab. The left side is blockaded, so head on down the passage here. Have your shotgun ready in case things get dicey. But I ultimately like to use my sidearm. This is why I like using the Samurai Edge, though, because it zeroes in really fast and it has really high damage as opposed to your typical handgun. But like I said, you can't get the Samurai Edge right away. You actually have it when you start the game, but you lose it in the fight with Nemesis, so you end up getting stuck with the Glock. But you can buy the Samurai Edge from the store for a minimum DP percentage. So again, play the game, you'll get your DP points to get that weapon. These zombies will not resurrect, so there's no need to worry about them, but head into here, and you'll enter some sort of a lab. So, head over here, and you'll find the vaccine machine.
Vaccine synthesis, place the materials in the chamber.
Synthesis? I have to make it myself? Alright, gotta figure this out.
ESA on vaccine synthesis. On the role of antigens and adjuvants in the vaccine synthesis. Dr. Nathaniel Bard, Chief Researcher, Spencer Memorial Hospital. To most efficiently synthesize a vaccine, both an antigen and adjuvant are required. The antigen produces immune response, while the adjuvant increases the effects of such responses, leading to an increased antibody production. By combining samples of these two ingredients, one can create a potent vaccine base. By processing this vaccine base with our proprietary equipment, a large batch of vaccine can be created with astonishing ease. What's more, my latest antigen and adjuvant samples yield unprecedented rates of antibody production, producing more than 1,000 times the yield of traditional materials. This not only makes it an effective vaccine, but also a potential way to eliminate existing infections. So we know that the shit's the shit. So great, fantastic. Let's go over here, grab the high-grade gunpowder off the wall, grab the handgun ammo off the table, and then head over here and grab the little USB drive from the computer terminal.
Override key successfully generated.
Override key.
Here.
Override key removed.
And we're gonna need this to open up some a door, not some doors, a door in order to use it. So we pretty much got everything we need from here, with the exception of the antivirus, the vaccine. So once you leave the lab, you're gonna head back the way you came down the stairs and take a left. That door at the end was the door we went through to use the safe room. Use the override key here, and it'll open the door. Leave it. And right now we're going to need to have our weapon in handy because we're going to have some pale heads in here we need to deal with. Now, you could use your Magnum. I'm probably going to use it, in fact, because actually these fuckers are pretty powerful, so I need to get these guys down pronto-like. Takes about 2 shots to put a pale head down. Oh, I missed that shot. Motherfucker! Did you just fucking bite me? You fucking motherfucker. You did. You just walked up and like took a chunk off me like I was a fucking Kit Kat. The balls of this guy. So once we have done that, over here there'll be a file, a shipping notice. Cargo, Nemesis, shipping route, CDJ, JFK, RC. So we went from CDJ to JFK Airport, and then from JFK to Raccoon City. Very nice how they did that. CDG escapes me though, I don't know that airport name. Shipment date, September 1st, 1998. So this thing was already sent out before the outbreak got really bad. Shipment type, Class 1 hazardous material. Additional notes, all transit within the United States is to be made via helicopter. Take extreme care during takeoff and landing, as shock to the parcel may potentially lead to self-activation. We are here at the European branch are excited to hear your thoughts and evaluation of this newest prototype and are pleased to offer this specimen to you for testing. It has been through numerous trials and possesses incredible destructive power, so please exercise extreme caution when using it. Lead developer, Dr. Herman Frankel. So we got an egghead name. So we've got that pretty much tied in order. And now we got green herbs, so we're healed. Let's make sure this fucker's dead, though. He's dead. Okay, great. Grab the shotgun shells. And also the explosive A gunpowder. And I'm not entirely sure the direction we take originally. I think this is the way we would go normally, so we're going to go ahead and take this route. Actually, let's double back and take the other route. I think actually that was the right way to go. So let me head up there and go ahead and do that. Now head inside this room and you'll find a... see, I was right. Okay. Right here we got our first part of making this vaccine. I believe this is the antigen, I think.
Oh, an antigen sample.
Yep, there we
I'll
go.
definitely need this for the vaccine.
So right away the zombie gets up, put her ass back down. Grab the file on the left. Weaponry authorization request. Dear Dr. Emerson, I would like to formally request that the weaponry normally reserved for the bioweapon synthesis team be made available for any employees interfacing with the admission and dismissal of test subjects. These test subjects do not present the same levels of danger as our bioweapons products, but I believe that this weaponry authorization is advisable as outlined below. Recently, some test subjects have developed a new mutation granting them very high regrowth abilities. Our team refers to the specimens as paleheads, which are the big bald fuckers we've been killing. They have been appearing with regularity, but the specific cause has not yet been determined. The astonishing rate at which these pale heads regenerate makes it difficult to deliver our lethal blow with standard weaponry. And any sorts of system failure were to occur within our facility, we would be woefully unprepared to defend ourselves. For this reason, I would like to request that high-powered weaponry capable of subduing the paleheads be issued to all our employees working in shipping and processing. This will ensure that in the event of an emergency, we will be able to quickly eliminate the threat and evacuate safely. Thank you very much for your consideration. Shipping and Processing Manager, Gabriella Reed. So pretty much that's why I've been using the Magnum, if not anything else, the grenade launcher. So, alright, so we have our handgun ammo, and we have a gunpowder, so we're pretty good so far. Now, the second we get down here, we're going to see another palehead crawling his ass through this reception area, so we're just going to go ahead and take some pot shots at him with the pistol. "15 shots with that gun is actually all I need to really put him down. I think he's down for the count, though. Telling those paleheads, and you know what, in harder difficulties, they're even more tougher to kill. I mean, I've used an entire clip of Magnum ammo to put one of them fuckers down. They are godly. So grab this acid shells here, and we're gonna want to probably load them, because we're gonna have some hunters to deal with. So grab the gunpowder, put that in with your existing handgun ammo, and then head down the stairs. Oh, it's incredibly stressful. I mean, hardcore, Inferno. Inferno is actually worse. I thought Resident Evil 2's hardcore mode was harder, but it was hard. I mean, I don't discredit it. It wasn't very hard. Boom. Split that head. Hardcore for Resident Evil 2 was very hard. I think what made it hard was the requisites of the difficulty. That's what made it really a hard fucking game to play. You know, because there's just this air of pressure involved with that, and you know, I think a lot of people take that for granted. So once you get to this point, you're gonna have to push this battery in to get the access to the next area open to you. So we pretty much have that open now. That's done. And enter this main incubation lab. And here we have the Hunter betas.
Jesus. Is this where they're made?
Some flame shells.
These are tyrants.
The big bad boys of their generation, all deformed and shit. I think these guys were like the initial makeup of what they were making for Mr. X. Actually, in fact, those are Mr. X's. You actually could tell. You could see the little microchip in their head. So we got Mr. X's here. These ones are a little bit more deformed in their own right, so... And this would be like one of those giant hearts they put on them for added circulatory systems. This fucking thing looks like he did the squivel. So once you get to the back of this area, take the elevator up, and you'll go get your next part of the antigen. Over here on the right, though, we'll find. Actually, there's usually something there, but apparently this time there isn't. So. We'll have some explosive rounds ready, because we're going to use them. Well, the reason why we're using these is because we got some added threat. Probably going to have a palehead in here. Yep. Nope, not a palehead, but it's going to be a parasite. Ooh, he fucking stabbed me from that far. Ah, there's our palehead. Alright, so that's that. Far end of this, you'll find another crate. Open that up, you'll find another explosive B compound. Alright, reload your grenade launcher with acid shells, because we're going to need it for those hunters. They're going to come out to say hi. Grab the shotgun and pop this chick too. Over here, you'll find a container. Grab that. That'll have some explosive A compound. We're not going to use it though. In here though, we'll grab the liquid-filled test tube.
An adjuvant.
Matter of fact, examine it. Okay, antigen sample. Enemy adjuvant sample. So we want to combine that, I think. Yep, there we go. Vaccine base.
These are combined with antigens to increase immune system response.
And then what else do we have? We have a file here. Expression of concern. Senior fellow Dr. Frankel, please allow me to send my heartfelt congratulations to you and your colleagues at Umbrella Europe for completing Nemesis, a truly remarkable achievement in the field of bioweapons research, introducing a parasitic organism into a tyrant's brain to gain external control over it. How can I not marvel at such a wild idea? However, from a medical perspective, I must empathetically state my disapproval of this shift away from established Umbrella policy. By turning to the use of parasites, you are setting a dangerous precedent. Viruses can be kept in check. I believe an effective vaccine can be developed for any virus on Earth, with abundant funding and a bounty of samples, of course. Can you say the same for parasites, however? Doctors have tried in vain to develop a vaccine for malaria. Parasites like Plasmodium are far more genetically complex than the T-virus, and to think that they will submit to control is utter folly. Perhaps in your country, consumers are willing to buy automobiles with no brakes, but here in America, they know better. Then again, I recall you have a degree in economics, so no doubt you already devised a brilliant marketing strategy to win over the naysayers. I look forward to your talk at the forum in Berlin next month. In the meantime, I shall be exploring medical solutions to this hubristic problem you foisted upon us. Sincerely, Nathaniel Bard, PhD. So he already knew that it was bad. It was a bad move, and I can't say I don't disagree with it, because parasites are pretty, in a whole nother class than your typical virus. So, I mean, it does make sense. So
it's called the Nemesis.
Nemesis Alpha. The NE alpha parasite. I got some. Oh, there it is. I was like, wonder where the fuck is this thing? Alright, there we go. So, got some gunpowder. We got some acid shells. And we're gonna rumble with some hunters. So, have your acid shells loaded in your grenade launcher. If you haven't done it already, do it now. Because there are gonna be some hunters busting out of the little sleep beds to come after us. The room will seal when they bust out, so be ready. Here they come. Now bear in mind that based on difficulty, the number of hunters that burst out will go up. In a lesser difficulty, it'll just be the 2 hunters. Standard, it'll be 3. Hardcore, 4 Inferno, and up will be all of them. And some of them will bust out in 2s, other ones will bust out in 3. So just be vigilant when it happens, because you and I, if you're a seasoned player, you know very well, just as much as the next person, that they don't need much to kill you outright, especially when they got one hit that actually kills you permanently. Scientists' dying message. It's happened. Our worst case scenario, the T-virus has somehow leaked. Under orders from Dr. Bard, I am to manufacture mass quantities of the vaccine. I've prepared to culture the T-virus antigen, now I just need to combine it with the adjuvant to enhance its effects, and I should be able to produce enough vaccine to save all the surviving citizens. The adjuvant samples are stored in the incubation lab. The test subjects are already wandering the halls, but I better find a way to get some samples while the culture is maturing. If I don't make it back, please complete the synthesis process. Try to find a way to stop this outbreak. It's the least we can do after setting these horrifying events in motion. Yeah, one step ahead of you there, brother. So we pretty much have done that business. Now we just gotta head back and get this thing cooking. So let's double back to the main lab on the second floor, the second level, if you will, and get things in gear. And switch back to my flame rounds. I like to save the acid shells for when we fight the nemesis in the main chamber. So head over here and put that puppy to work. Now we gotta organize the thing. Now, how I usually do this is, I think if I remember it right, is it's basically... There we go. Medium, high, low. Medium, high, low. That's the password. That's the pattern. And bing.
Yes.
Come on. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Complete. Please remove the vaccine canister.
So now we have the vaccine. It's off to the races for us. But we're not done yet. Because the nemesis isn't done with us. Here he comes. I'm not even going to try to... Wow. I'm not even going to try to figure out how he actually managed to know where she was, even despite all that. But still, I mean... He throws her out the way, she goes over the rail, now she's on the other side of the lab on the second floor. Over there is where we fought those zombies, but over here we have this new section. So head on through this crawl space of this ductwork and just keep it going. More of Jill's ass in our face. Very tongue-in-cheek kind of disposition. And there we go again with the nemesis. How did this fucker get in these tiny little areas? I can't know, so... So we got him off of us. Now we gotta crawl for dear life. Because he's gonna try to pull us into the fire. So what you wanna do is just keep moving your stick forward. And just keep pulling, just keep pulling. And then we have the cutscene where we actually have that measure of escape. Hit the ladder, hit the switch, we get the elevator going, we go up. Alright, so now that we're at this sectional piece now, we pretty much have everything we possibly could need at present. So we're going to go ahead and just go through and dust up everything we got. So we got some red herb. We got the vaccine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go for the we're gonna put the Magnum away, actually, because we could use that, but we're gonna actually get it out of here. We don't really need that at present. What we are gonna need though is we're gonna need to dump this, dump this, dump this, dump the knife. You're not gonna need the knife at this point, I don't think. So let me take a look behind me and make sure. Nope, we're gonna need the knife. All right, just for a second though. So take the knife out, head over here, bust these boxes. Get the other items inside this thing here. Get the grenades. And then we're going to just go to town with mixing. So go ahead and just put those away. Matter of fact, put these, make some Magnum ammo. Alright, and then we can reload our Magnum. We're not going to really need this outright, so we're just going to go ahead and take it with us, just as a precautionary. But that's it. That's all we're really going to do. Because you have so much firepower, you don't know what to fucking do with it all now. At the beginning, you start out with almost nothing. Now you got more than you know what to do with. So right now, we're going to take the mines. And lots of grenades. Lots of grenades. Because we're going to have lots of grenades for this fuck stick. Put the explosives away, put the knife away. Lots of fucking grenades, though. We're not gonna need all those grenades, we'll take those ones. We got 5 in the we got 5 in the grenade launcher. We got 6 more. We got the mines. We're gonna need some mines, some more mine grenades. And then we're gonna take a couple of these healing items out because we're gonna need some protection for that. And yeah, we'll be okay. I think we're good there. What's over here? Think we got a file on the wall here? Yes, we do. Disposal Center. Disposal Center protocols. The facility is to be used for the dissolution and disposal of test subjects used in Nest 2 experiments. The potent solvents used will ensure that the biological matter within the vat, living or dead, is completely dissolved and ready for disposal. Please follow all safety protocols when using the disposal center. Always confirm that no employees are in the chamber before beginning the dissolution process. Always use the regulated amount of solvent, regardless of the volume or mass being disposed of. If a test subject reacts violently, do not halt the disposal process. Leave the chamber filled with for at least 12 hours, then check for complete dissolution before draining. So that's how they. This technically would be the way you actually would. This would technically be the way that they would. You would melt the Nemesis down in the initial game. I remember this, and I still think the familiarity is actually quite nostalgic. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, so we got everything we pretty much need at present. We're gonna go ahead and just get things in gear. Just moving things around a little bit. And that be that. Got our grenade launcher in play there. We're gonna have our grenades here. Just to get them actually there. And we're gonna save the game. As I said before, after my last stream, went and got Bubkiss from the save, not taking. We're just gonna double down and be, extra cautionary about it. So,
what in God's name is this place?
So as soon as you come out here, turn to your left, and you'll find some more flame shells. So go ahead and take those, and then head further along the path, and just head down the stairs. This fucking guy.
What do we have here?
Nikolai, don't! The city needs that vaccine!
More than I do. I don't think the wisdom I've been trying to impart on you is getting through.
Yes, that's two. That's his second form. That's the Nemesis' second form. It's actually, I like the second one to the classic. I like the remake one better than the classic. This is the one. I love it, love it, love it. I think it looks really good. It's feral, it's fast, it's definitely more imposing and frightening because it's so unpredictable. So now we have to fight the Nemesis, and I think, and this is where we will actually kill him enough to where he goes into his third form. So right now we're gonna go ahead and go to work on this fucker.
Jill, is that you?
Carlos?
You're okay. Let me spot for you.
Good idea.
Alright, fucker. He fucked me up. I was gonna hit that fucking tank and burned his ass. Oh yeah!
Not what I intended to hit. But I'll take it. Here comes a crane. Use it to climb up.
Come on. Come on.
Jill, get back!
Bam! Look at that motherfucker get hit. Boom, bitch. Knocked his teeth out and all that shit. That was beautiful. He got fucked up something fierce. Still one of my favorite things. Oh, I get in my zone. I can't help it. I love playing this fight. This is one of my favorite fights, so I get all serious and shit. I'm like, come on, let's get this fucker. Come on. Now he gets melted down. Goodbye. RPG shots usually takes about 1 to 2 shots periodically, depending on the difficulty. Usually it's 1, sometimes it's 2. I know in one instance, Inferno, it took 3 shots. So 2 to 3 shots is at best. So
I have to get that vaccine back.
Electromagnetic weapons weapon spec sheet. 5X redacted. Project title: Ferromagnetic infantry use. Next generation railgun. Development codenamed Finger. Chief developer Nest 2 lead researcher Cornell Garner. Assisting development United States Army. Ammo caliber 60mm. Muzzle velocity 6,000 meters a second. Project objective: suppression of new bioweapons in case of an outbreak. Additional notes: extreme firepower provides the secondary benefit of completely obliterating the target, leaving no trace behind. User feedback: this thing is totally rad. Tyrants out of line, just give them the finger and problem solved. Packs the firepower we need. It would be even better if there was a way to control the output. Mobility may prove to be problematic in the field. Perhaps its platform could be refined. It requires multiple power sources. May be difficult to secure in practice. Could you consolidate to a single power source? So, pretty much have that in order. So, what are we going to need? Alright, so we're not going to need the grenade launcher anymore, because we pretty much ran out of that. So, but we'll take it for the sake of argument. Flash grenade we won't need. But you're gonna have a lot of healing items, so we actually used a good some of them there, but we'll take these because depending on your play style, I'm more cautionary. I get so fucking paranoid now. Since I played out Inferno, I get so paranoid about getting killed by this prick, so I'm like really paranoid. So pretty easy in the early infancies, but in later point, I don't think I really need that many, so I'll just take that many. So got the Magnum, got the shotgun. So we're pretty much set for life on that front. Excuse me. You can obviously know where this is going, so... And then there you can see the solvent is still active. That's where the Nemesis was killed. I think it did, but I didn't get it.
Done.
So if it's
Give
out
me the
there,
vaccine, you greedy son of a bitch.
No.
we'll have to look it up.
I like that. We shall make ours an ongoing arrangement. Now drop the gun. Have you ever seen anything so incredible? The data on this would be worth millions. But, well, you know how it is. City's about to explode, and you can't put a price on life. Good luck!
Nikolai!
Jill!
Go after Nikolai! He's got the vaccine!
What about you?
We're running out of time. I've got this.
I know you do.
Look, just so you know, this is the last fucking time.
Opening compartment.
Now we're
Hell yeah.
Cooldown in progress. Please reactivate power sources.
Damn, it needs power. Felt that, did you? How about some more?
When you put them down, you want to push these batteries in. It takes a long fucking time. Yeah, I know, but I think the numbers go up. And it gets harder each time, so... Like I said, Inferno difficulty, he makes it absolutely impossible to get one of these in. If he actually grabs you, it's instant death. He'll kill you, so that's why you gotta put him down before you push him in. Oh, I gotta back off. I can't take that risk.
Go ahead! I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
This is the Grey Lodge. I don't want to Oh, there we go. I got 2 of his targets there. Now, yeah, because I don't have a lot of Magnum ammo, so I'm trying not to miss. I missed a few times, so I went to my other weapons. Now I can push these fuckers in.
1 power source remaining. All power sources activated. Powering
You think
up.
I don't know how to fuck you up?
Ah, damn! I love that thing. Open wide, motherfucker.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
Let's go. I still love that part. That is
Good
one of my
riddance.
favorites. That was fucking awesome. Nothing left of that prick. Didn't even need any of that fucking healing item. See, that's what I'm saying. You're like, fucking hell. There's a file here on the ground you want to grab in case you're like following up on the files. Suspicious contract memo. Contract overview. Received offer from client seeking to use Raccoon City Crisis to undermine and claim market share from Umbrella Corporation via a multi-pronged strategy. A. Sabotage Umbrella Corporation's attempts to destroy evidence of outbreak to maximize culpability. B. Induce encounters between Umbrella Corporation bioweapons and security forces and law enforcement and collect combat data to ascertain the viability of tech. C. Report deployment of any new bioweapons, including Project NC specifications. Remuneration exceeds current offer from Umbrella Corporation and takes top priority. However, the client has agreed to a grace period before using any of the deliverables, so that payment from Umbrella Corporation may also be collected. So I'm guessing this client is probably Wesker. So he's definitely got his ducks in order. I left something back in that room. What was it? Gunpowder. Okay, that's what it was. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. I'm out of here anyway.
Can't let Nikolai get away with that vaccine. I hope Carlos managed to stop him.
So immediately get to the elevator and hit that power button. Get to the elevator. Get to the helipad.
I can still catch him.
Now bear in mind, this is the next playable sequence. You have to make this shot. If you don't, you'll die. So you have to really shoot.
You're not going to stop. Promised you this, didn't I?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No, don't care. My client ordered me to reduce Umbrella to rubble.
10 minutes until missile
Ah.
impact.
The missile has launched. And that is my cue. Goodbye, Miss Valentine. Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
Shoot this motherfucker, man.
Shoot him!
I can't! I'll hit you!
Do it!
Great face motion capture too for the game.
Way.
And there we go.
Carlos!
If you miss or you fail to shoot,
I told you I couldn't leave you in a car.
Nikolai will break free, he'll kill Carlos, and then he'll kill you with a knife. So, you have to shoot. Be sure you do. And don't miss.
What about him?
Why'd you do it?
There's a price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Fucking psychopath.
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here, I'll pay you whatever you want. You're a fool. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
I don't mind a little detective work.
Enjoy the fireworks. I would have said enjoy the fireworks, because he obviously is going to just fucking clip. He's obviously going to croak there, so. How fitting. How fitting. I love it. I personally would have said that the classic of him dying, I think there's two ways he dies. One, you either shoot him down in the helicopter, or he gets killed by the Nemesis. I personally would have liked to have seen the Nemesis kill him. You know, just
There it is.
tear him apart like a grapefruit, so. But, as you can see, the sequence of events still plays out like it was in the classic. The city is destroyed with a nuclear strike, and they escape just by the skin of their teeth. All things considered, it was actually, you know, the best kind of outcome you could hope for, so.
It's finally over.
So long, RC.
So long, RC.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
So, we pretty much have the entire playthrough now in that regard. Standard difficulty is a bit marginalized in terms of your really difficult games, unless you're not very seasoned and experienced with a dodge mechanic. But it's a good introductory, because it allows you to sort of get, dynamically geared in for what comes in terms of hardcore and Inferno difficulties, and Nightmare difficulty for that matter. Hardcore, Nightmare, and Inferno in that order. So if you're not very experienced with the dodge mechanic, this would be the way you should do it. It gives you a bit more of a wiggle room to get things in order, and it allows you to basically just get a general feel of what difficult scale it's going to be on. I think it could have been a little better. Like I said in my previous stream, I said, I feel that they had the right idea. I think they just made too many sacrifices and compromises in the long term. But compared to the classic, I like the classic, but I also like this, so I can't really weigh one over the other, because each one has its perks and each one has its flaws, no matter how you look at it. I definitely would have went with more content, but that is what it is. So, but if you're new to the franchise of the Resident Evil in itself, I highly recommend you to try the classics first. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Classic on the PlayStation Store. Particularly if you're a PlayStation Now enthusiast, maybe they'll be there. I don't know if they're there now, probably not. But if you're a classic PlayStation fan and a classic Resident Evil fan, get the classics and try them out before you get the remakes. But if you play the others, try the remakes. They're worth the time, they're worth the fun, and I can honestly say I haven't been disappointed. Could have been better, but I'm not unhappy. and I highly recommend it to anyone else. So, but we're at the final stretch of our stream here with the Resident Evil 3 playthrough on standard difficulty, and all things considered, definitely worth the time. So, if you took the time to check out my previous parts 1 and 2, feel free to do so. They're right up there along the lines, and definitely worth the time. As you can see, I didn't really do too good. I died 3 times at the hands of the hunters, and I saved the game, but I'm not interested in grades. I've got the grades already stapled to my name. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you find this to your liking and otherwise help if you're playing for the first time. But if you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And in the future, I hope to provide more excitingly interesting content to your credit and appeals. Next time I play, I have a huge laundry list of games to play. I'm going to play a round of Bloodborne with a new character I'm going to build. I decided to do that because I know not many people have played Bloodborne before. I'm also got my eyes set on getting that Demon Souls remake. I've never played Demon Souls before, but I hear it's quite exciting. So I'm definitely going to give that a spin. But at present, I've got a lot of games. I've got Resident Evil Revelations 2. I've got Devil May Cry 5. I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have not even touched that yet, and I got that last year's Christmas 2018 into 2019. I got Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Lots of content, lots of games, lots of things to stream. So hopefully I'll find something that will appeal to you guys and probably be of entertaining value. Maybe even get you intrigued into trying the game for yourself. So otherwise, that's pretty much all I've got. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for giving me the excitement of hopingly getting you involved with some new games and content for the future. And I hope that it improves upon your dynamic and your palette for different kinds of content you like to enjoy. So, but be that as it may, I'm going to go. I got to eat something because I'm starving and I need a break. So, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Ciao.